everyone. So this is going to be another off-the-cuff review because, honest to God, I could not put my thoughts to paper on this one. Like, genuinely, I was shocked. I was like, what the fuck is going on kind of thing. But let's start off by getting the easy part of the way. Jesse, and learning what happened at the end of the last chapter. Yeah, honestly, like, when it comes to Jesse, the guy was like a bottom bitch. The guy was an absolute bitch tool. Just there's no way to describe him. He was just an absolute fuckwad. So honestly, just from seeing what happened to him in this chapter, I'm like, yes. Thank you, Mashima. You killed the little bitch. So yeah, it's like you. So yeah, obviously you're not gonna see me like shedding any tears over Jesse. Like, and I think Mashima knew that. I think he knew what he was doing when he created Jesse. Like, yeah, the character, he was not meant to be like sympathetic or liked. Even when learning that he once lived on Leonard with his parents. Like, yeah, that was just him being a whiny ass bitch. So yeah, just seeing him get what he deserved, it was great. But with getting that out of the way, now we need to talk about Elsie here, because yeah, it's one of, right now, all implications seem to be pointing at her as kind of the enemy almost. But this chapter kind of made me go back and reread like the last chapter as well, and just based off reading chapter 110 and 111 together, I think I kind of agree with the consensus that a lot of people seem to be having right now, which is that I don't think she's intentionally like a villain or the enemy, whatever you want to say. I think with her, I think with Elsie, it's sort of a dual personality thing that was brought on by the trauma of losing her parents, of the whole civil war on Leonard. I think all of that was essentially just like, yes. I think all of that was essentially just like, yeah. It's all pretty much a dual personality that was brought on by her trauma and whatnot. And I think it's the same case here. But at the same time, even though I think it's also one of those things where even though Elsie is like technically the enemy, you could say, I don't think she's pretty much the one who's been controlling. Who was controlling Ziggy either. Like, I think now there's actually two candidates I still have for that, and this was actually brought on by a theory I saw on last week's chapter. But I think there's two possibilities for who's controlling Ziggy, which is it's either Mother herself, because the theory with Mother is that she's the one who's created all these villains, which honestly, I've grown more and more weary of Mother over the course of the series. So honestly, it's not shocking if we found out that she's the one who's in some way controlling all these people in order to act upon their villainous instincts in some ways, or the other candidate is Saint Fire Knox, Rebecca's mother. Like honest, like it didn't occur to me until I saw a comment on this, but they brought up the idea that it is a little bit suspect that everyone else except for Knox herself died, and at first on face value I didn't think about it all that much, but now it is kind of a little bit suspect the more I think about it. Like, I don't know if Knox is doing this intentionally, but it does kind of weirdly make a little bit of sense that Knox would. It's one of those things where even though we don't know a whole lot about Knox, it still weirdly fits that Knox would possibly like be the one controlling Ziggy. Like, it does. I don't know, something about that just kind of weirdly fits. And I think in some ways, I think it's possibly both, because I think in some ways, I think it's even kind of a situation of possibly maybe both Knox and Mother doing it, because we have to remember that Saint Father Knox, like, is the Archbishop, served as the Archbishop of a church that, from my understanding, like, worshipped Mother. So in some ways, I wonder if Mother is working through, like, through Knox almost in some ways, and that's how she's been controlling Ziggy. I don't know, like, it's, again, the whole, I think we still have to get confirmation, obviously, all of this, but it does feel a little bit more and more like Mother, even if she's not directly involved, Mother is still somehow involved in all this. Like, it's just becoming more and more prevalent to me that Mother is at the center of all this, that she's the one controlling it all. Now, as far as, like, getting back to Elsie, though, like, just I'm curious to see as to where Mashima's going to take this thing with Elsie, because, yeah, if Elsie does in fact have a split personality, I'm kind of fearing which Elsie we're dealing with right now, because it sounds like I think after what happened with Jesse, what happened with the death of her crew, I think it definitely flipped a switch. And yeah, I don't know. I'm scared to know as to what kind of switch did get flipped. But now, actually, I know I'm kind of all over the place here, but even getting back to Mother again, one thing that does also make me think that Mother is involved is that, again, I said this before, but when I look at Godak Noel, when you look at the colored character design of Godak Noel, she does share a similar design to Mother. So I wonder if, like, even if she's, I think this in some ways, I think, like, the two candidates here is that if Mother is involved, she's working through Godak Noel and through Saint Fire Knox, I think, in order to complete her. I think it also kind of proves that I think there is some kind of, I don't know, either familial or just broader connection between, like, between Godak Noel and Saint Fire Knox, or Godak Noel and Mother, like, something about Saint Fire Knox, and there is a relation between Mother and Godak Noel. Like, I think they are kind of related in somewhat of the loosest sense, even though they're both machines. So yeah, this whole thing is just like, yeah, a whole bunch of fucking reveals, and honestly, even now, I think I'm still struggling to make head or tails of it all. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but some part of me is saying I don't know what the fuck this is all going to lead to, what the fuck's going on, but I'm like, yeah, Mashima's gone ham with this. Mashima went absolutely fucking ham with this chapter, and yeah, again, I'm not going to be shedding tears over, I guess, shouldn't all that many tears over Jesse. He deserved what he got, honestly. But yeah, guys, that's from the show I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, I really want to know what you all think about this chapter. Please comment below. I really like to just bounce ideas off people. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. I'm on Twitter and on Crunchyroll. Be sure to notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and just share it around, guys. Dark Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, everyone.